be talking about how I made Guitar and Peaches. This song is the first track off of my debut album that's coming out of Bayonet Records on May 6, 2022. And yeah, let's just dive into it. Yeah, this song I made, it's basically made out of loops that I made and a 4-bar loop, and over time I just kept building on top of it, layering different sounds. So yeah, it's still quite simple to me. And to me, this is definitely one of the weirdest tracks I've made so far in terms of its structure. Yeah, it's very weird jumps, but hopefully I like to think that I've kind of made it still kind of to flow in some type of way. But the main thing is this main lead synth riff right here that I recorded from my microKORG. It's just the sound, and it's just so, yeah, it's just so simple, but kind of has its own personality in a way. And I always liked how playful it sounded as well. But that started out as a 4-bar loop, and then I would continue just kind of break it down even more and just have it kind of repeat its notes as you hear it here. But when you build it with the sub bass, for example, it just helps build so much more momentum and tension that I think is very beautiful, especially with the kick. There, that's one of the main parts of Guitar and Peaches. Some other synth lines I have here too are also from the microKORG and my little OP1. I loved how, before Andrew Sarlo, he helped me mix this out to polish even more. I always loved the idea of having these synth lines very wide and spacious, just because it just creates so much more atmosphere. That's one of the best words to describe this song and how I want it to come out in the end. Very atmospheric and very dreamy as well. And yeah, again, I love side chaining my sounds to the kick. That's definitely one of my main go-to moves. It just creates a very dance, pulsing sound that I love so much. And definitely, I think I started this song back in 2019, technically, and I just had this 4-bar loop, where it just kind of repeated itself, but it kind of got boring to me, to be honest, but things didn't truly kick off for me until I realized, oh wait, what if I looped my own vocals as well? So, talking about vocals right now, I think it's kind of interesting. This is the main grouped vocals right here.
Nights thinking of places far from home, guitar and peaches go well like we did.
Yeah, I love stacking my vocals and grouping them together. I tend to have some type of dry kind of vocal, and then another track that's the same vocals but with process effects like reverb or some type of delay. Tend to like to pan everything hard right, hard left, and then one in the center, just to again create that big atmosphere as well. And then, but yeah, I think the big part about this that didn't really click with me was when I decided to sample part of the vocals I have from these tracks right here, which would then turn into what I call the chopped vocals, and which is the big chorus effect right here.
Starts thinking of places
that main synth line. There. But yeah, the idea of those chopped vocals was that it just creates this trance-like element in this dance song that I made. And yeah, it's just super, super simple. It's just me looping and chopping it up. But again, with the way I create, I think less is more. There's something beautiful about building stuff in and then eventually also taking some stuff out when you're creating a song. You don't always need to constantly be adding something new, in my opinion. Or at least this is where I was at the time that I created this. I didn't really know much about electronic production yet, and at the time I was just using what I knew in the moment. Oh yeah, another cool thing I would love to talk about in this song is the drums too. So besides the drums, I have the kicks right here, and the snares. It's kind of interesting to have this kind of typewriter kind of click in the side. It just adds more texture. But one thing I really love about this is that how I had these snares and these back claps kind of talking to each other, as you hear right here. It just kind of accents against each other, in my opinion. And I was very influenced by Joe Little's production on Lord's Ribs on this. I just loved how there were these different like kind of snare type sounds in the background as well, and just adds so much more layers to it. And I think that's what for this track, I think having this subtle sound helped just create a lot more variety in the sound. It just kind of makes you want to dance more. Last thing I want to talk about is this bridge here towards the big drop that I call. In the background, you can hear this Times Square sample that I recorded when I went to New York in January a couple years ago. Yeah, I like to actually try to record my own samples if possible. So I remember when I recorded that, I was just standing in the middle of Times Square. It was super, super crowded, and just had my little like audio recorder in hand. I just kind of stood in this random corridor as people just walked past by me. But yeah, I think the big thing about this drop here is that I really wanted to take the listener into a totally different space by the time this bridge ended. And I think Andrew Sarlo, he helped me so much try to emphasize that pivotal moment for me. I think I just wanted to make it a moment where, you just start swaying back and forth and just kind of dancing and vibing out. No need for any major lyrical changes or any big lyrical moment in this moment. I'm really a big fan of having drifting lyrics, so to end a song, I think it's just so beautiful. Just having one line kind of repeat itself, just kind of helps emphasize a point as well. Especially when you have the guitars here. But yeah, when you put all that together, it just really creates this kind of interesting, weird song about guitar and peaches that make no sense at all. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoy. Bye.
All right. Take two.